If you want to learn Arabic so you can actually talk to people, there is one decision you need to get right, and most people get it wrong. Before you learn a single word in Arabic, first you need to choose which Arabic you are going to learn, because Arabic is not one language that everyone speaks. So, step one, choose which Arabic you are going to learn. Every Arabic country has its own dialect: Egyptian, Levantine, Iraqi, Moroccan, and many others. And then there is MSA or Fusha. You might have heard some people telling you, learn MSA. MSA is spoken everywhere. But this is actually misleading. MSA is not a spoken dialect. Nobody literally speaks MSA or Fusha. MSA is the Arabic used in newspaper, written literature, and it will be very useful if this is your goal from learning the Arabic language. But let's say if you are in Egypt or you are in Morocco and you're trying to order coffee in Fusha, while people will still understand you, they might laugh at you, and nobody also will speak it back to you, and they will think that you sound strange. So if your goal is to speak Arabic and connect with people, my honest advice is this: start with a major spoken dialect. By the way, if we haven't met yet, my name is Islam Badawi. I am an Arabic teacher and I have been teaching Arabic for over 10 years. I have worked in universities and I have taught students from all over the world. And almost every beginner I worked with asked the same question: where do I even start? Step 2, build the foundation, learn the alphabet and the vowels. If you are learning Arabic on your own, the first step is not memorizing phrases. You need to build a foundation. And that starts with the Arabic alphabet, learning them, and learning how to build real, usable sentences. Many beginners try to avoid learning the Arabic alphabet and the vowels completely. Instead, they rely on Arabic written in English letters. And this, I must say, usually causes a lot of problems later. Once you start learning Arabic, the very first foundation is learning the Arabic alphabet and the vowels. And this part is extremely important. A lot of learners think this part is boring and time consuming, or they sometimes think they can simply skip it. So they try to avoid learning the alphabet and the vowels, and I honestly think this is a mistake because it causes always problems later on. Why this step matters? When the alphabet and the vowel are explained the right way, they are actually not that difficult. And more importantly, they make everything in Arabic later on much easier. And a lot more starts to make sense. And this is very important because in Arabic there is something called the roots, and a lot of words are related to each other and connected by this foundation of letters that they have. So you might be able to assume words that you don't know just because you know how to read and because you see which 3 letters or 4 letters are the root of this word. So learning the alphabet and the vowels will make you able to recognize patterns and will make you able also to guess meanings of new words that you haven't seen before. All of this becomes much easier once the alphabet and the vowels click together. Step 3, learn how Arabic actually works, not just sentences. After learning the alphabet and the vowels, you can start learning your first real words. And you can start building your own sentences. And this is the key difference. Instead of memorizing full sentences that you don't understand, you learn how Arabic actually works. And that way, you are not just repeating Arabic, you are actually thinking in Arabic. If you want to follow this step by step, I already have 2 videos in this channel that will help you a lot. You will find them in the show notes. One video focuses completely on the Arabic alphabet, and the second one takes you from the Arabic alphabet to learning your first words with each of these alphabet and your first sentence. I will link both of them for you. If you get these steps right, Arabic becomes much easier. And step 4 is working on the 4 language skills. Now, one thing you need to understand when learning any new language is learning the 4 skills you need for any new language. And these 4 skills you need to work on are reading, writing, speaking, and listening. Writing does not mean writing long essays. At the beginning, it is as simple as taking your new Arabic notebook, start writing your new words, start writing simple sentences, and start building your own pattern of learning. Reading. For reading, especially for Egyptian Arabic, I really recommend the series of كلمني عربي. You can start with كلمني عربي بشويش. You can read the dialogues in the book, and you can also do some listening because the book comes with some listening materials. And you'll find also in that book a lot of helpful other things. I really recommend that book if you are a beginner, كلمني عربي بشويش. And in the series, there are so many other books that you can also buy. The third skill is listening. And as listening is very important, you can find here on my channel a lot of listening practices for different levels, for beginner, intermediate, and advanced, that will help you along your way of learning Arabic or Egyptian Arabic. The fourth skill is the skill most people are afraid of, and this skill is speaking. But speaking is the most important skill of all four. You need to talk to people, whether in an Arabic country that you live in, or in the Arabic neighborhood in your town, or through language exchanges. The way tandems or language exchanges work is that you meet someone who is interested in learning one of the languages you're fluent at, and you are interested in learning Arabic with them. So what you do is that you meet once or twice a week, and you speak 1 hour in the language that you desire to learn, that the other person knows fluently, and another hour in the language that you speak fluently, that the other person desires to learn. And if you couldn't find anyone, you can use an app called Tandem. This app might help you find your language exchange partner who lives near you, or you can do the language exchange online. And you can always use a lot of online platforms to find a teacher online to help you with the speaking practice. Step 5, my favorite step. You could have the perfect method, the perfect resources, but if you do not enjoy learning Arabic, you will not stay consistent. If you enjoy learning Arabic, you will stick with it, and that is what really makes the difference. So, step 5, enjoy the language and enjoy the process. If you build the foundation, work on all 4 skills, and stay consistent, and most importantly, if you enjoy the process and make it fun, now we're cooking. Please, if you didn't, hit the like button and leave us a comment if you enjoyed this, because this will help me reach more people and will help me keep creating this content.